It's time for the new year and all those New Year's resolutions. Hi, I'm Brittany, and today I want to talk about some easy ways to begin keto, low carb, and/or intermittent fasting. Just a quick reminder, I'm not a doctor, and this information is what helped me the most as I began this way of eating. I'm 6 months in now and have some things I wish I would have done differently. First, let's start off with some basic definitions so we're all on the same page. Keto, or the ketogenic lifestyle, is when your body burns fat instead of sugar as its main fuel source. The ratio of fat, protein, and carbs that is most commonly used is 70% fat, 25% protein, and 5% carbs. For those who don't want to track those exact percentages, keto is also defined as keeping your net carbs under 20 per day. Some doctors have stated that it can take the body 6 months or longer to become fully fat adapted, so it's a journey, not a sprint. A low-carb lifestyle is where the percentage increases to eating between 10 and 30% carbs per day. Both keto and low carb encourage the elimination of sugar, processed foods, and some fruits and high-carb veggies like bread, pasta, bananas, grapes, potatoes, etc. Intermittent fasting is when one chooses to eat within a specific window of time. For example, like eating between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. or between noon and 4 p.m. Intermittent fasting gives the body a break from the constant digesting of food and allows healing or cellular cleanup as needed. Okay, so how do you actually do keto, low carb, and/or intermittent fasting? There are as many ways it can be done as there are people who want to do it. And what I mean by that is that everybody has an opinion on the best way. So what I'm going to offer you are some suggestions, and you can decide the best way for you. So number 1, do your homework before you begin. Each of these ways of eating are customizable. Perhaps you start one way and then have to adjust it after you see how it works for you and how you're feeling. If you're feeling deprived or restricted, then it's not really a sustainable way of life. My invitation is to approach this like an adventure seeker or a scientist. What can you learn? What can you track to give you more information? I've put some great resources in the description below. There are incredible doctors and books and channels. The more you research, the more likely you are to understand how it applies to you and how you like or don't like to eat, track, measure, etc. It can be as easy or as time-consuming as you choose. So number 2, make a list of your reasons why you're doing this. And I encourage you to have reasons in addition or instead of wanting to lose weight. For example, one of my reasons is to bring my blood pressure and my blood sugar to normal. Personally, I hate the scale. It's not your friend. And on this lifestyle, it's going to go up and down and sideways. If you don't have reasons other than weight loss, you really won't keep going when the scale stops moving. Sometimes it stops or takes a while to even start because your body's healing. For me personally, I became addicted to the number on the scale. If it went up, it derailed me. I've chosen to stay off the scale. I weigh occasionally, but certainly not every day. And the benefit of that is by taking the focus off the scale, I pay way more attention to how I'm feeling. I've made adjustments to my eating window and to what I'm eating based on how I'm feeling. Number 3, don't compare your journey or your progress to others. Every body is different. I constantly see people rant and give up because they aren't releasing weight as quickly as Susie Q. What if you challenged yourself not to weigh at all for the first 30, 60, or 90 days? You can take your measurements, track your energy levels, track your blood pressure and blood sugar, but stay off the scale and give your body some time to adjust. Number 4, consider starting slowly instead of jumping in cold turkey. I began keto and intermittent fasting cold turkey, and my keto flu was rough. I'll put a link to our week 1 and 2 video in the description. It would have been so much easier to slowly wean off things like sugar and wheat. And on the intermittent fasting, I wish I would have done a 10 to 12 hour eating window before I went to 2 meals a day. I really struggled with nausea, feeling faint, feeling icky. And truly, it could have been avoided if I would have gone slower. It's a journey, not a sprint, so give yourself some time. Number 5, figure out what works for you, not what works for your friend or the Facebook group that you're in. There's what's called the keto police online, and they can really be a rough group, and they will have very strong opinions about how you specifically should do it. For the first few months, I ate way more food than I do now. I also ate more fat and keto treats than I do now. It's what I needed to be able to truly give keto and low carb and intermittent fasting a fair try. It gets easier if you listen to your body. It can be super simple. We eat sheet pan dinners several times a week, and they're basically on the table in 30 minutes. If you like chicken, you can purchase a rotisserie chicken and get several meals out of it. You can serve it once as regular chicken and veggies. You can make chicken salad with it. You can boil up the carcass for soup or bone broth. We have some really easy and delicious recipes on our channel. You're sure to find something that tastes great and is easy to make. Number 6, don't force yourself to eat things you know you don't like just because they're keto or low carb. I don't like Brussels sprouts, and I am not going to try keto recipes of them because I don't care how much bacon, butter, cheese, or garlic you add to them. I think they're yucky. So when you're planning a menu or planning out what you're going to eat on this lifestyle, start with the proteins and the lower carb veggies that you already like and that you know you will eat. Then if you decide to get more adventurous later on, you can. But in the beginning, if you make a new recipe and it fails, you're going to be hungry and upset. So make delicious food that will scratch the itch for you. I've put some amazing food bloggers in the description below. Seriously, there are a ton of amazeball recipes, cookbooks, and channels out there. We eat yummy, delicious, satisfying food, and I look forward to our meal times. And number 7, be willing to adjust. As you journey on, what works for you and your body may change. You might be able to eat something now that upsets your digestive tract later. Or once your digestive tract heals, you may be able to eat something that you can't eat now. Also, how a food makes you feel might change. In my family, some of us can eat cheese and cream, some of us can eat nuts, and some of us can eat higher fat meats like bacon or ribs, but not all of us can. I love cauliflower mash. However, it gives me a lot of gas. I have to make a choice of whether or not that's worth it to me, and sometimes it's totally worth it. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, please leave a comment below. To learn more about our journey, click the link to our playlist. Kindness is a choice. I choose to be kind. Thank you.